From cool camping setups to special tents you can use, join me as I show you the top 7 camping inventions. Number 7. Cotopaxi T2.
Features for your lightweight backpacking and camping adventures. The simple lightweight body means it's perfect for 1 or 2 person backpacking.
When camping, it's important that you have a tent that can fit the needs of the people using it in terms of space, mainly making sure it's big enough to house everyone. With the Cotopaxi T2, you can actually adjust the size and space usage of the tent to fit up to 4 people without much issue. The tent comes with a built-in floor and a detachable and attachable separate tent to fit however many people you need. Furthermore, the item is wind and waterproof so that you won't have to worry about the elements as you go and face them in said tent. The entire setup is only about 8 pounds, and you can actually use the pieces to create more of a lounge setting in the outdoors before you seal it up for the night. In short, the item is suitable for people who need a small tent or ones that require a larger one. Get the tent for yourself and see exactly what you need to make your camping experience a memorable one. The Cotopaxi T2 will cost you $300. Number 6. Project Treehouse. Despite what the name implies, this tent is not for putting up in a tree. Rather, this tent is about making sure trees, the grass, and animals aren't harmed by the tent in any way. You see, while tents can be useful for protection when camping, they're not a natural part of the world and thus can hurt plants and animals in certain cases. So, Project Treehouse decided to try and change that by making a tent that is made of 100% cork. Believe it or not, cork is known for its thermal insulation properties, which means that it'll keep people warm inside a tent made of it. Plus, cork is very lightweight, which means carrying around a tent made of it will be quite easy for the user. The teams behind Project Treehouse also made it so that their tent would be easily collapsible, as well as easy to put together, as the tent separates into massive chunks, or be simply rolled up tube style without any damage being done. Number 5. Thermo Tent.
Immediately becomes sweltering like an oven. You have to get up and get out, regardless of the time of day or night.
There are a lot of things that people want to do when it comes to camping, and 2 of the biggest ones by far is the people getting warm and keeping a lot of the noise out. The outdoors can be lovely, but it can also be noisy, and that kills the mood at times. Thermo Tent is a way to get both of these things in one setting while also having a nice big tent to sleep in. How this is achieved is simple. The covering of the tent is done with both plastic and a special layer of cotton. These things work together to both keep the warmth in while also keeping the noise out. It's a simple fix, but it's one that really works. But that doesn't mean you can't view the outdoors if you wanted. The tent comes equipped with windows on the inside that you can lower the flaps around in order to see what's out there without sacrificing your warmth. The Thermo Tent will set you back about $500. Number 4. Atacama Expedition Motorcycle Tent.
So these are a big aid, particularly if it's raining outside and you want to shut down the tent completely. This is a way to take the moisture outside the tent as well.
One of the benefits of camping is that if nature decides to pull a fast one, you know that you are protected within the tent. But your vehicle cannot say the same, especially if you drive a motorcycle. However, the Redvers Atacama Expedition Motorcycle Tent changes that in a big way for motorcycle owners. Simply put, the Redvers Atacama Expedition Motorcycle Tent is a tent that not only fits you, but can fit a full-size motorcycle within a special garage that sits right next to your living area. Does that mean the living area is small? Technically, no. As befitting a person using a motorcycle, the Redvers Atacama Expedition Motorcycle Tent comes with a 2-person living space so that you'll be protected, and just like a garage, the tent offers a flap that'll seal around the entrance where your bike goes in so that rain and other elements can't hurt it. But should you just be by yourself, there are smaller versions of the tent that can suit just you and your motorcycle, or ones that are made just for your motorcycle. Either way, there's a tent out there that can protect your motorcycle as well as you. Number 3. Gentle Tent. If we may be honest for a bit, one of the biggest reasons that people don't do camping is that depending on the kind of tent you have and your skills with the outdoors, the tent itself can be hard to put up, and that ruins the experience. However, there's a way around that, and that is the gentle tent. What makes this one so special? That would be that it's not set up with rods or poles, it's set up with air. All you'll have to do is get a hand pump or an electric pump, and you'll be set up in minutes with minimal setting up on your part. What's more, the tent is multifunctional. It can be used as a tent to house 3 people, or set up in a way that can be a common room to relax in, or be a tent for your vehicles. Number 2, Siesta For.
With a 5-pole design for high winds. A patent-pending, heat-blocking, dual-layer design, and a simple and speedy setup.
The sun can be a big enemy to people who want to camp, as the tent can heat up and cause problems. But that won't be the case if you use the Siesta For tent. This tent has a unique metallic-style coating that actually reflects all the heat that comes down from the sun, thus allowing you to enjoy cooler temperatures in the tent rather than deal with the ones outside the tent. Furthermore, should it still get hot, you can use ventilators within the tent to help get you to the right temperature. The Siesta is also large enough to have 4 people sleep within it without issue. And number 1, the bubble tent. There are many different versions of the bubble tent out there in the world right now, but they all have the same functions. Mainly, that unlike regular tents that have cloth or tarps that obstruct your view of the outside world, the bubble tents are completely transparent, thus allowing you to see everything that is going on in the outside world around your tent. Some people will find this odd, as this means you're completely visible to other people who might be nearby, as well as animals that could see you and get curious. While that is a danger, it also works in reverse, as you see anything and anyone that might approach your tent, thus giving you a chance to react properly. Plus, since you're in a transparent tent, you'll be able to see nature at night without obstruction. So depending on where you set up camp, you'll be able to see the stars quite nicely. As noted, there are many different kinds of bubble tents, and some of them can fit up to 5 people, while others are better suited for 2 to 3 people at most. And there you go, some cool camping inventions that should suit you no matter what your situation may be. Which of these items do you think you'd want to try out for yourself on a camping trip? Do you know another one that should be on this list? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.